Today we're going to look at the changeover from a 6-inch to a 5-inch gutter on the KWM Ironman gutter machine. It's important to note that the process to change the machine over is not the same going from 5 to 6 as it is from 6 to 5. The first thing you always want to do before starting your change is make sure the machine is unplugged and disconnected from all power sources. The top plate is held with a bunch of quarter turn screws. Simply give those a quarter turn to the left and then the top plates will come off. Next, we're going to take off the 6-inch guillotine by removing the 4 bolts in the outside corners to remove the guillotine. That's a 1/2-inch head bolt. Once we have the guillotine removed, we're going to go in through the guillotine end of the machine and remove the black bell wheel by removing this 1/2-inch bolt. Once you have it removed, you can simply pull it aside for now. The next step, also on the guillotine end, you're going to remove this roller, removing these 2 Allen screws in it. This roller will pop off. You're going to turn it over so the recessed side is in. Put it back on the shaft and re-secure it. Make sure it's flush. Now once we have the roller reinstalled in the 5-inch position, you can see it's flush with the shaft, the red bolts installed. Now we're going to take our back bead roller and reinstall it, this time into the 5-inch position towards the middle of the machine. So now that we've reinstalled the number 3 drive backside roller into the 5-inch position where it's flush on the shaft, we've reinstalled the back bell roller. Now we're going to move up to the bead assembly, loosen the 2 1/2-inch bolts and slide it from the 6-inch position down to the 5-inch position and retighten. Okay, once you've slid down the bead roller, you want to line up with the engraved box on the plate behind it. We're essentially done at this end. Make sure you've tightened all your bolts. Everything is the way it should be. Then you're going to reinstall the 5-inch guillotine. The 5-inch guillotine will get put onto these keyhole bolts, which is going to align the guillotine. Then you're going to reinstall the 4 1/2-inch bolts that you took out of the 6-inch guillotine, and that's going to secure your guillotine. The guillotines are preset from the factory and shouldn't need adjustment. Now that we're done installing the guillotine, we move on to the top of the machine. The machines have 4 skate assemblies. One towards the middle, one just about at the entrance end, and one small one at the back. On each of these, there's these skate rollers. There's 13 in total. You lift up this locking tab. You're going to slide the skate to the inside position and make sure it's locked. When it's on the inside position, it should be fairly tight to the skate assembly, and you won't be able to see any part of the shaft. Here you can see what it looks like in the 6-inch position. So we pull that up, slide in, make sure it's securely locked in place. Make sure you do all 13 on all 4 skate assemblies down the whole machine. Okay, one thing I should mention is on the 5/6 combo junior machine, the skate rollers, there's only 12 of them, not 13. Now that we've got the skate rollers, I'll move to the inside position for 5-inch. We're going to move this guide bar to the 5-inch position, which you can see there's 5 1/2-inch bolts all the way along. You'll loosen those, slide it to the other end, and to retighten them. Now that we have our guide bar moved to the center of the machine and the bolts retightened, and for a combo junior machine, it's only 4 bolts to retighten and loosen. We're going to move to the back of the machine. We're going to move the width of our entrance shoes. You can see these 2 black collars. When the guides are to the outside black collar, it's set up for 6-inch. And we slide them both to the inside black collar, it's set up for 5-inch. To loosen the shoes, it's just this 1 Allen key bolt on the top, and you only have to loosen it about a quarter turn to get them to slide on the shaft. Now that we've got our guide shoes adjusted to the 5-inch position, we're going to move back down the machine on the top to our face box forming. There's 3 stations here that all have to be adjusted, so you're going to pull the pin, and that's going to then drop the rollers down to the 5-inch position and make sure they're securely locked in place. Now you can see them down in the 5-inch position. In the 5-inch position, you won't see any of the shafts sticking above the top. The next step, on top of the machine, straight above the motor, you got this storage position for your inside box roller assembly. You'll see that the 5-inch has the 5-inch engraved on it. You're going to remove this from your storage assembly. Come over here, loosen only the 2 red screws. You're going to remove those screws, and now you're going to replace this 6-inch assembly with the 5-inch assembly. Please note that the larger diameter rollers go towards the exit end of the machine, while the smaller diameter rollers go towards the entrance end of the machine. Okay, the next thing we're going to want to do is, looking from the guillotine end of the machine, you're going to want to move this whole lip box assembly from the 6-inch to the 5-inch position. In order to do that, you're going to loosen these 2 bolts, which are a 1/2-inch head, and these 2 bolts, also a 1/2-inch head. You don't want to completely remove them, as there's a slide built in that you just have to drop it into the 5-inch position. So simply slide it over. It's going to drop down. And there, now you'll see it's dropped into the 5-inch position. Once it's in and secure, tighten up the 4 bolts. Okay, now that I've got these guys all moved back into the lower position, I've tightened up these 4 bolts. Lower position here, the bolts are all tight. Before I put all my covers back on, I always run a small test piece of aluminum through so I can slowly see it, watch, make sure I haven't missed anything. It's not going to jam, and always double, triple check everything before you do run that test material. And then once I run it through, I can see it's running good, clean trough, and I'm ready for 5-inch. Next, I'll have to switch over my coils or spools, make sure everything's aligned properly, but this machine itself is ready to go.